So for today's upload, I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona Gold palette. It's the mini gold palette, and I purchased this because I had wanted a green shadow. I'll talk more about it after. I'll get right into the singing and the eye look. I'm going to start with the eye look, and sometimes there can be some fallout, so I'm going to apply some of my Rimmel Stay Matte powder just under my eye. Right now I have a bare face except for moisturizer, and I will, as always, talk about the products afterwards, but I hope that you enjoy. I'm going to try to make this relatively quick, although whenever I say that, it never works out. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoy. So that was "Oh Night Divine," if you couldn't tell by the countless repetitions of the chorus. Okay, so let's get down to business here. So this was $33 Canadian. So far, all I have applied is the color Anthea right here. I would call this a transition color. Now, for those of you that would want to apply this just on its own, probably all over the lid, you could fully get away with that. I am enjoying this palette. What I am finding is that I just don't know if I need it. I purchased the Trio Chrome palette. I have the Glam palette by Natasha Denona, and I also have 3 of the multi-chromes. I got this because I had really wanted something green. I can't remember which channel I was watching, but I just, the content provider had coloring, hair coloring, eye coloring, complexion coloring, very similar to mine with a much larger following. But she had such a beautifully green, impactful shadow on that immediately I was influenced, as social media tends to do. And I just wanted a green shadow right away. And as I mentioned, I got the Trio Chrome, which does have greens in it. But I don't know. I'm really liking it. I'm still liking it. I'm not regretting my purchase. However, I wanted something more green. I find that the greens within the Trio Chrome palette are not as true of a green as I had wanted. They're a little more of a dirty green, although a nice green, kind of a dirty martini olive green, if you would think of that. So, okay. How am I thinking, or what are my thoughts on this palette so far? Right now, I'm going to apply the color Dark Sepia, which is right here, over the color that I've already applied. I do like this palette, but it's just, it was $33. I'm going to zoom you in. It was $33, as I mentioned. And this is right now, I'm focusing strictly on the eyes. I'm just putting it directly into the shadow, and I'm tapping just for any excess. Sometimes I will get a baby wipe and I will have it close by, although I do not have one now. And so that's why I am trying to do my best to avoid any fallout. Although many times when I am working with a darker shadow, I will do my eyes first. Just, it's a lot easier than having fallout fall onto what you've already done. So I like this palette, but my problem is that this, plus the Trio Chrome, plus the Glam, plus the 3 liquid multi-chromes that I have, I don't know if I need them all. And I mean, obviously you can say, of course, I'm going to answer that very simply and very easily. No, you don't need them all, because you don't need, air quotes, any shadows. But what I'm saying is, as someone who really enjoys makeup, of course I don't need them all. But I mean, in my collection, I don't know, there's something not sitting right with me about having all of those. And I wouldn't say that it has to do with, I don't know, having too much or being greedy or any of that. It's just, if it doesn't feel right, it's probably not right. And something is not sitting with me. It's just not sitting right with me about having all of those. So I don't know if I will return. I'm just doing my T-zone right now, because when I have that little bit of redness and I start putting on the green shadow, red and green, right? I'm seeing too much of a contrast, and I'm not feeling the shadows. So, but I know I like the shadows. So that right now is the Anthea and the Dark Sepia colors. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the color, give me one sec, Bia, right here, and put this just on the outer corners prior to putting on the middle color, which is d'or, which is gold en français, right? So I'm just going to take this darker color, and I'm focusing right on the outer V here. So my plan is to kind of do a double video, and I am recording this for the actual look. And then what I want to do is Leah McDonald tagged me in a Christmas upload that she was tagged in. So my goal is kind of to record my response to that tag. but I wanted to have my look done. And this morning, it is Sunday as I'm recording this. This morning, I did a quick grocery shop. My kids are off for the next 2 weeks, and so luckily I didn't have to do my major shop because they're going to be home for snacks and lunches for the next 2 weeks. And again, as Anne Elizabeth Murray just recently posted in hers, there's lots of restrictions, lots of safety precautions being taken right now in Toronto and the GTA here in Canada where I live. And we'll see if that extends past the 2 weeks for now. As a teacher, we were told to be prepared for all scenarios. So I did send my grade 1 students home with enough work for 2 weeks following Christmas break. I think we're supposed to go back on the 4th, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever the first Monday is after New Year's. But we'll see if that happens. So right now, you could see a little bit of patchiness, but I'll tell you something. I haven't applied the mobile lid color yet, which is the gold. And so I think what I'll do is I'm going to take that initial color again, and I'm going to just try to do a little bit of blending here. In the morning, like I have mentioned in my previous uploads, I do enjoy the makeup application, but I don't like to spend too much time on my eyes because it's really weird. I don't know. Eyes are one of those things that the more you fiddle with them, the more you muddle them up, I find. That's what happens with me anyways. So I don't like to spend too much time on my eyes because what ends up happening is I don't like the finished product. So I'm just taking my shadow switch again, and I'm going to go and focus up here and just roughly and quickly try to, I don't even want to use the word buff out the edges. I just don't want that harshness there. So while some people would spend, a good chunk of time doing this, I just want to be quick and get this done. And by this, I don't mean the video. I mean this blending out of the edges. So yeah, so I do like this palette. I'm debating on whether I should take this back or the Trio Chrome, but if you haven't seen my last upload, the Trio Chrome I picked out for my birthday, and so I don't really want to take that one back because it was a gift, even though I picked it out myself. Okay, so there's the eyes without the gold on. Now I'm going to take D'Or, which is the middle. I'm using my finger to apply this, and I'll show you on one eye first. So that's just without wiping or anything. I just patted it right on the middle. Now I'm going to take my finger, and I like to do the inner portion of my eye with my baby finger. I'm sure a lot of people do that. Just your baby finger is smaller and can get in those tight spaces. And I did wear this to school one day. Again, as I've mentioned before, that's the beauty of my my job. I could just wear so many fun makeup looks, and those grade 1s, they don't judge you for your makeup. They tend to like it when you have either fun clothing or fun makeup looks. I really enjoy wearing glitter a lot to school because I figure, why not? Whatever can make your day more sparkly, right? So that is the gold color, very sloppily put on there. And then what I would typically do is, I'm just reaching for a Q-tip right now. I wouldn't even normally clean this up, but for the sake of this video, I will. But it's very, very pretty. And I'm very disappointed I didn't grab my wipe. I recently repurchased the Marc Jacobs, the black eyeliner. This stuff is amazing. It doesn't hurt. And by hurt, I mean it doesn't pull my eye. It doesn't poke my eye. It's just, it glides on so effortlessly. So I'm just going to quickly line my eye. See, just to add a little definition there between where the shadow is meeting my lash line. But yeah, so I wore this to school, and one of my kids asked, Mrs. Lamonde, what is on your your eyes. I said it's called eyeshadow. But they really seem to like it when I wear the liquid Natasha Denona, the flips that change color as you move your face around, your head around. So I will now, I'm going to add my mascara last, but I want to zoom you out so you could see kind of how this is looking. There we go. Now, I'm gonna throw on some of the Patrick Ta, She's Expensive. Showing this in my last video. Just looking for a little bit of sparkle, but no color. And I did include in my last upload too that this reminded me of something, and it was the mint. Peppermint mocha. That's what it was called from Starbucks. And as I also mentioned, that used to be one of my favorites before I went keto. Too much refined sugar in that one now. Not enough good fats. Okay, so I said I was going to do my face. So let me just grab one of my Real Techniques brushes. Let me just grab my Hourglass Face palette. I'm going to use the two lightest colors to warm up. I'll put my hair behind my ears because sometimes that really bothers people. But I just want to show you here how fast you can get your face done with this palette. And then I'm going to be using, I typically would use the blush from this palette, but I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury blush that came with my Rock Chick set, because that's a little more of a muted pink. And I kind of want a muted pink with this gold green eye look. So now I'm going to take my other Real Techniques brush, put it in. So this one's called First Love. Tapping it off there. Just adding it on my cheek. And then I'm going to throw on some mascara. I'm going to be using my L'Oreal Telescopic. I think I will take my big face brush from Real Techniques. Just carve out that a little bit before I go like this. Lash curler. Hey, Ab Fab, check it out. Give my lashes a little pump. Yeah, I was just mentioning on one of my subscriptions, my channels that I'm subscribed to, Ab Fab, check it out. She was using her lash curler that is the exact same, and I was commenting, you know, Sephora for a while would have the pre-Christmas sale where they would have, and I'm talking awesome, like I think it was the Tarte, it looked like a little paint can, and they would have one of their mini mascaras in there. Usually it was was it the Lash Paint mascara? It was either that or the Man Eater, but then they would also have a lash curler in there, and it was a great little set. And I think at one point a couple years in a row you could get it for $16, and I mean the lash curler plus the mascara mini to try out, that was a great deal. They didn't have it this year. I don't know what was going on, because I absolutely would have purchased that and given them out as gifts. So I don't know, maybe they'll do it after Christmas this year, but kind of that's the whole thing, is they were Christmas gifts, and that's why I would buy them in years past, but they didn't have them. I haven't been too impressed with the sale items at Sephora. I don't know. Oh, the L'Oreal Telescopic. This is the waterproof version. I'm not going to put on as much as I do typically. I typically will put on about 3 coats. I'm just going to leave it there because I just want you to see how quick that look could come together. I don't know. I think I kind of liked my hair behind my ears. It's rocking my fancy scarf that my mom got me a couple years ago. So that's the look. As I said, I'm not sure what my plans are with this bad gal right here. We'll see. I like it. I think it looks nice, but let me know your thoughts below. I hope you are having a great day, and I hope you're enjoying the holidays so far. See you in my next video. Bye.